Hello devs, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are going to build a weather application using ReactJS and weather API. So this is my input when I am enter a city name. So if I click on get, it will show the weather condition in that city, and you can see the weather details in New Delhi. And this is weather icon, and this is temperature in Delhi, and this is description of that of weather in New Delhi, and these are some parameters: humidity, wind, and visibility. If I enter another location, Pune, click on get, you can see the weather details in Pune. Let's build this using React.js and API. This is my React project, and this is app.jsx file, which is main file. This is my live server, hosting at 5173 localhost. And let's go to our project. Now in our source folder, let's create one component, a card. Let's take a function component. Now let's wrap our card component in app.js file. Card. Now let's close our app.js file and minimize our explorer. Okay, now let's design front end for weather card. Now let's take another div. Now I want to center my card, so I'm centering my card. I'm using Tailwind CSS for styling. Flex, justify center, and align items to center, and with the screen and height screen. Okay, now weather card, and let's go to our project, and you can see weather card at center of the page. Now let's design this. Okay, now let's change our background color to blue 100. Firstly, let's take location side div. Let's take another div for location. Take one p tag, and this is for location, and take another p tag below my location. I want date and time. Okay, now let's take another div for icon, weather icon. It is my image and source alt weather condition, and let's style this. Let's close our image tag. Now let's take one dummy image. Let's go to Google and search for weather icon, and go to this website Faticons, and you can see a lot of weather icons. For now, let's take one any of them. I'm taking this one. Let's copy image address and paste it in our source. Let's take another div for temperature and weather description p tag, and is for temperature. So I want temperature and Celsius degrees. If you want degree symbol, hold alt key and enter 0176 and you can see degree. Now let's add weather description. uh, let's say description. Now let's go to another div for showing wind speed, humidity and visibility. Okay, inside these div let's create span tags. Span, inside span, let's take first span humidity. It must be in p tag. Humidity and humidity value of the humidity, and it is represented by in percentages, humidity percentage. And let's take another span tag for wind speed. Let's take p tag and wind speed and the tag for value speed, and the speed is measured in kilometer per hour. And take another span for visibility and visibility is measured in kilometers and its range. Okay, now let's see, let's close this and you can see this is the HTML code. Let's style this. uh, let's add background color. Class name, background color to white, and take width of 300 pixels. Okay, okay, now increase font size of the location and also bold our location. Okay, now go to location tag and style this location. Font bold, text Excel. Okay, now let's dim our date and time. Go to date and time, style this text. Let's see, font, light font, and reduce the text size to small. Now let's take our icon to center. Uh, let's center our icon. Last name, width, full, justify, center, and add flex. Okay, now let's go to temperature, and also it is icon is too big. Let's reduce the size. Last name, width 28 and height will be auto. Now it's fine. Now let's style our temperature. So let's increase the temperature, font size, and also bold our temperature. So go to temperature tag and increase the font size, font bold, and increase the text for Excel. Leave this description as it is and go for another one. So This is another div for humidity, wind speed, and visibility. Let's make it in row direction, which is flex, and width will be full and justifies items evenly. Now let's go to our project and you can see weather card here. Now let's bold these parameters, humidity, wind, and visibility. Now let's bold this font, bold, also this one and this one, class name, font and bold, and okay. Now let's reduce the size of our values, these values. Now I want these values, class name, font to dim, font light, and you can see here. Now let's make these values to center, value, speed, and range, make these parameters to center. uh, I want this one to be center on this one and also this one, uh, X, and justify items to center. Now you can see it is aligned to center. Now let's add some padding to our card. Padding to, yeah, it is too low. Let's change to 3. Let's round our corners, round. Now let's add padding in y direction. Now add some space between our div tags. I want to add space between this date and time and this icon, and also this icon, and to temperature, and also add some space here on description and parameters. Now let's add some gap. Want to add from this one empty, let's take at value 10, and also at temperature, last name empty, 10, and also add here. Okay, now this fine. Now it's too big. Now let's reduce to 8, 8, and also 8. Okay, now this fine. So I want this temperature at center and description at right side. Now let's style this flex, justify items to center. Now add some gap, 5. Now this looks good. Okay, now take one search bar to enter location. Now let's take one search bar at the top of my card. Let's take another div for input tag and take input tag and type text and placeholder, enter city. And now this is my input tag. I want this input tag at top of my weather card. Now let's change flex direction to column. Okay, now let's add some gap. Now let's add a margin top, let's say 10. Now let's style our input tag. Last name, padding, add some padding 2, and increase the length. I want to length which is equal to my card, which is 300 pixels. Width 300 pixels. Would say it's good. Now let's round our corners. That to medium size. Now let's add one button for search. Let's take one button, which is button tag, and button type search. Now let's style this button. Last name, change background color to blue, and text color to white. Text white. Now let's increase the padding P2. Now let's add some gap, class. Let's add flex and add some gap. Now let's round our button corners. Good MD. Okay, now uh, actually this width should be in our main div. Now let's decrease our input length, reduce to 250 pixels. Okay, now it's fine, and also let's reduce to 40. Now it looks good. Okay, if I enter any city here, instead of search, let's change search button to get. Okay, now it's fine. Now fetch our API and map our data in these respective places. Now let's go to Google for API. Let's search for weather API. Let's go to free weather API. And if you don't have an account, please sign up. And I have my account. You to go to API. So this is API Explorer. Now you need to pass your API key here, and to get API key, you need to go to my account, and you can see the API key here. Now let's simply copy our API key. Okay, copied. Let's go to our API Explorer. Now you need to paste our API key and protocol HTTP and format type JSON. Now you need to pass city. Now I'm taking New Delhi, and click on show response. Yeah, API is fetched, and you can see the data here. Response, this is my response, and location New Delhi, and it is region Delhi, and its country India, and also location latitude on longitudes and local time and last updated, and temperature in centigrades and temperature in Fahrenheit. And this is condition, weather condition. This is weather condition mist, and this is our icon link, and this is icon code, and this is wind speed in meter per hour and kilometer per hour, and also wind degree, wind direction, and this pressure and humidity 45 percentage, and visibility in kilometers and also miles. Okay, now let's fetch our API in our project. Now let's copy this API link. Now you need to install one npm package to fetch API. That is Axios. Npm install Axios. Okay, my package is installed successfully. Now let's take one use state hook for holding our data. Constant data set data. Let's take use state hook. Use state. Let's take default value, null value, and also take one use state hook for holding our search city use state with the empty string. So this city, if you enter again, or if you enter city here, it should be stored here. Now let's pass our city to input tag value city, and let's take on change event. Let's take one parameter e and set city e dot target dot value. Now let's take one on click function to our button on click handle. Let's take get weather. Now let's expand our function outside our HTML. Get weather. So now if I click on this button, this function will execute. In this function I will fetch my API axios dot get. You need to pass our API here, and this city should be dynamically changed, so I'm changing New Delhi. I'm passing my city here, city. Now it should generates response. Now this response should be stored on my data. Set data to response. Before going to store our response, let's log our response. Okay, now let's go to our project. Now let's go to console. Go to console. Now I'm entering city New Delhi. If I click on get, and you can see data is logged in our console. So this is our response. So in this response I want this data. Okay, now let's store our response to our data. Hook response, I want response dot data. Now let's remove our message. Now let's go to our, now let's map our data to our card. Now location, now go to current. In this current, and you can see in this location, if you open location, and you can see the name here. Now let's enter name. Now let's map our data here. Now I want, if my data dot length is greater than 0, then only I want to map data. If my length is greater than 0, now let's map our location. Data dot location dot name. Then I want name and also country. Comma, I want also country. Data dot location dot country. Then let's map our date and time here, and you can see local time. Let's map our time and date. Data dot location and local time, and there is no underscore. Local time. Now let's map our icon, and you can see current, and in this current I have condition. In this condition I want icon. Go to, let's remove our link and map our icon link. Data dot current, and then condition, then icon. And you can see my icon is not added with HTTP. So it's simply //cdn.weatherapi.com, and before these two slash you need to add HTTP. Now let's add our HTTP. HTTP, and also, yeah, that's it. You need to wrap it in dollar. Okay. Now let's temperature, and go to our data, and you can see the temperature. Okay, you can see the temperature here. Temp underscore c, data dot temp underscore c, and also description. And if you see the description, you can see the description here. Text, my description is in condition. Oh, let's change it. Data dot current and then condition and then text. Fine. Let's map our humidity value. Where is my humidity? This you can see this is my humidity. Simply map uh, value data dot current dot humidity and also speed. Where is speed, and this is my wind speed. I want wind speed in kilometer per hour. Let's copy this and paste it here. Data dot current wind speed, and at last range, and this is my range visibility. You can see visibility underscore kilometers, and it is in data dot current and vis underscore km. Okay, sorry, it's yeah, it's vis underscore km. Now let's refresh. There is an error. Okay, I want to map this data. If my data is there, there is no data. There is no card. My card will appear only is when data is available. Now let's enter location New Delhi. Now let's click on get. Now you can see the weather card with location, date and time, and this is my icon, weather icon, and this is my temperature, and this is my description of the weather, and this is the some parameters, humidity, wind, and visibility. Now let's enter another one. I'm entering Pune, and you can see my location is changed to Pune, and in Pune, there is a temperature 25.6 degrees, and it is the weather is patchy rain nearby, and these are the parameters: humidity, wind, and visibility. Let's enter another one, Hyderabad. You can see my location is changed to Hyderabad, and this is the weather data in Hyderabad.